Hello guys, welcome to another video. So today we're going to look at our favorite thing here on this channel, which is NASDAQ. So I'm just gonna run through it and then let's see if we can't find any trading opportunities. So make sure that you stick with me until the end. So let's get started. So remember with this one, the last time we made an upload, the price was somewhere around here, I think, where we had said that it has taken out this and we just wanted to pull back slightly before taking off. But it seems like it made a deeper pullback because our prediction was that it will bounce somewhere around there and then push all the way up. And it did, but slightly lower than it. But the prediction was that after breaking this trend line, it needs to come back before taking off, and it did exactly that. So we're just gonna continue with the analysis and see if we can find any new opportunities. So let's start with the monthly chart and see how the structure is looking that side. All right, so this is our monthly chart, and remember the structure here looks very interesting because of what? When the price moved slightly lower than this, we had said that the bears, they have a potential of coming maybe until there, right? But the bulls were like, no, I'm not gonna let you close below the low, like this tail here. They just broke it, but they failed to close below that, which means the bulls were saying, no, we cannot allow you to take us all the way to the downside. And they tried to push up, and they pushed up until the bearish trend line, and this is the nearest what area of resistance, right? So when the price got to the bearish trend line for the first time, if you remember, this is the first time when it moved what? After breaking this tail, after breaking there, it moved up and then it touched the trend line. After touching the trend line, it got rejected all the way back until there. And during that rejection, if you look closely, you will see that the price formed this, which is what you call bearish engulfing. During that time, we're like, okay, maybe the bears are not done because of what? They are not allowing the bulls to break their trend line or to break their resistance. But what? The bears just pushed until they failed to continue with what? Lower low, lower low, lower low. If you're moving down, we need to see this. The moment you're playing here, not giving us a lower low, this shows that you're no longer as strong as we thought you were. Because of what? For us to continue moving to the downside, you need to break the previous low. If you don't do that, we will not continue going to the downside. So that's why the bears only moved down until there, and then the bulls came up, and then they took out the bearish trend line. So the bearish trend line has been removed, and now we are playing around the resistance. So it's only a matter of saying, are the bulls strong enough to take out the resistance as well, or are the bears gonna try and defend it again? So we'll see about that. But when you look at the previous candlestick, the candlestick that was formed last month, this one here, it formed what? A bearish rejection candlestick, which is the one that says the bears are rejecting the price at their zone, which is resistance. But they failed to continue going to the downside. The same thing is happening where we're saying you are rejecting there, but you're failing to give us a lower low. So now they're failing to do what? To continue going to the downside. What did the bulls do? The bulls are rather pushing up, and they're moving higher than their tail, which means whatever that the bears were trying here, the bulls have invalidated that. And looking at the strength of the current candlestick on the monthly, the bullish one, there's a potential that the bulls could as well take out this resistance, because what? We tried to test from there. Now we are coming for the second time. There's a pin bar, but we're failing to continue. Now the bulls are still pushing up, so I wouldn't be surprised if in the next coming month the price moves higher than that resistance, but we will see about that. So let's check what we have on the weekly structure. So on the weekly structure, now you need to be careful. Remember, we are saying that the monthly resistance, it might be taken out because of what? There was a tail, and I mean that there was a bearish pin bar, and it didn't continue going to the downside. So because of that, the bulls might continue going up and take out the resistance as well, meaning they might go up and break this horizontal line here. But it's not going to be easy, I should tell you that. And currently the price is touching a very interesting area of what? For resistance on weekly, this one here. So this is a weekly resistance, which is inside monthly resistance, or monthly area of what? Supply, right? And it is fresh, like we've never tested it ever since we formed it. When we're still moving to the downside, we've never went back and tested it. Now we are back at this nice area of what, of resistance. Let's just mark it so that you can see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. This is a weekly area of resistance or a weekly area of supply. So because of that, the price, even though it's so aggressive moving to the upside, I don't think it will find it easy breaking this area of resistance because of what? Remember, it is inside that monthly one. So the bears will try by all means, because if they allow the bulls to break this, it's over for them, because already their trend line, you saw on monthly, already their trend line is out. So now if they allow the bulls to take out the resistance as well, then it's over. The bulls will have what? All the space to push up like that. So that's why it's not going to be easy for the bulls to pass this level. The bears will try by all means to make sure that they reject the price so that it goes back maybe towards this bullish trend line or even the area of support. It's not going to be easy for the bulls to pass that level, but we'll see when the price gets there. So for now, you just need to understand that the weekly is bullish. It has a bullish trend line. It has a bullish area of support there, but it is now approaching a very critical opposing structure, which is what? A very fresh, nice, strong area of resistance that will try and reject the price. So if you're holding your buy trades, this is an area where you need to make sure that maybe you are taking care of your stop losses, or you are exiting some of your trades, because it's not going to be easy for the bulls to pass this level. Let's check daily. What's happening on daily? So on daily, this is the structure that we have, right? And we are still very much bullish, and we can say that on daily you can take maybe this here as the daily area of resistance that is inside the weekly one, and also inside what, the monthly one as well, right? You can take that, but us being bullish, we can put a bullish trend line here. This is our bullish trend line. This is our what, area of support, and the price is shooting straight to the upside. So that's why now when the price touches that weekly area of resistance, or even if it penetrates slightly, go towards the daily one, maybe it gives you a chance to take a sell with confirmation, obviously, because the trends are going to the upside. So if the price, knowing very well that the location allows you to anticipate a pullback, but I will only do it with confirmation, because with that confirmation there is no trade to the downside, because the markets are moving to the upside. So that's why I'm saying, if you have your buy trades open, you just need to make sure that you take care of your stop losses, because the price can just touch and then move to the downside, or move slightly in then move to the downside. There's a high potential that the price will make a pullback. So because of that, you need to make sure that if you're holding your buy trades, you are taking care of that. So you need to, for now, you know that this is our trend line, and something like this is very much possible. So, but if you're trading on daily, it's not going to be easy for you to anticipate that pullback. But if you're on H4 or H1, I'll show you how you can go about anticipating that. But for now, make sure that you understand that the trends are going up. They're just touching a very sensitive area on weekly, which will not be easy for them to move past. So that's why we're saying a pullback is something that might happen. So let's check what we have on H4. So this is the structure on H4. This has been moving all the way to the upside since the moment when it spoke about the price taking out this, and it needs to move down before taking off, and it did that. But now it's been moving up for some time now, a couple of days in, and we're still pushing up. So this is the support. So remember, if the price touches that weekly area of what, of resistance, and then it retraces to the downside, and then it comes to this support, it will be coming from weekly, and this is your what, H4. It's not a very good looking zone. Even in itself, it's not a good looking zone. So because of that, I wouldn't advise you to continue buying whereas the price has hit a weekly area of resistance. Now we don't have more space to push to the upside. So rather, if maybe you wait for the price to break this, that's why I'm saying, if it gives you confirmation there inside the zone, you can take your sell, and then you'll be targeting this here. But if it doesn't give you confirmation, it means it will continue pushing up, then it will break that resistance, then it means it will open more space to go to the upside. Then that's when you can continue buying like that, right? But if this is taken out, if we put a bullish trend line here, This is our bullish trend line on H4. H4 is bullish. If the price comes back and it takes this out, so you can say maybe let me catch a pullback and hope that the retracement will be a deeper one, because even when you're looking at daily is saying it can be a deeper one to at least somewhere there, and then weekly is saying what, it can be a deeper one to at least somewhere around the trend line and the zone. So that's why I'm saying if you are there on your H4 and you have your bullish trend line drawn like this, if the price moves down and takes this out, then you can say with confirmation, I'll look to sell, and then maybe the pullback will be a deeper one. But if you don't get confirmation to go to the downside, there is no trade. You're not going to trade because the trend is going up. You can only trade in the opposite direction when you get confirmation to do that. So let's see what we have on H1. So you can see even on H1, the structure, I mean, the trend is so aggressive, like it's been moving to the upside since that moment when we said it needs to pull at least until there before taking off. Since that point, it's been shooting straight to the upside. But remember, just because it's shooting up like this does not mean it will continue moving like this for the next 5 years, 5 months, 5 weeks, or whatever. So anything, with regards to a trend, any trend can come to an end at any given point. So that's why you need to use the bigger structure to say that, is it possible, or is there any possibility of it retracing from the current point, so that I know if I should do something with my trades. As I'm saying, currently, based on the structure that you saw, especially from weekly, that location where we are at, and knowing very well it's inside the monthly one, there's a possibility that the price, once it touches that area of resistance, it will struggle to push up, and we might end up seeing a pullback. So you can only trade that pullback if you get confirmation. Without confirmation, you're not going to do that. As you can see here, we had the price pull into the downside towards this nearest area of support, and then it pushed up. You can see it started by giving bullish engulfing, then it just shot up, you see. But now the location is saying the bulls are going to struggle to push up. So if this is taken out, then the same thing that we said on H4, that's when you can anticipate that should it push up, if you give me confirmation, I'll still trade to the downside. But if you want to predict this first pullback, this towards the trend line, you will need to be careful with that. You'll need to get confirmation there, and you're only taking it until the trend line or the support. Then you go out. Should the price continue and break the structures, then you'll plan a second entry with confirmation still. Then it will mean that maybe the pullback will be a deeper one. That's how you can go about this one. So the only way you can take your buy trade safely is if this guy is out, because this guy, trading against this guy is going to be very tricky. But if he's out, then it will open more space to go up until there. So for now, buying, it has been a smooth ride. Imagine going all the way up until you touch there. Now you have hit the destination, you've reached your destination. We just need to observe and see if from here we are continuing or if we are rejecting, because both opportunities or both possibilities are on the cards. Anything it can happen here, but breaking this resistance, I can tell you now, it's not going to be easy. All right, guys, make sure that you monitor this one throughout the week, and it can end up being a very giving you some nice setups there. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.